In the late 1960s, Africa witnessed a tragedy so vast, it would scar a nation for generations. A conflict where over 3 million lives were lost not just to bullets and bombs, but to hunger, disease, and despair. This is the story of the Nigerian Civil War, the Biafran War. Nigeria, a land of over 250 ethnic groups, united under one flag, but bound by colonial borders that ignored centuries of cultural divisions. When Britain left, granting Nigeria the freedom from colonization, Nigeria gained independence on October 1, 1960, and became a republic on October 1, 1963. But the dream of a united Nigeria was fragile. The three main regions, the Hausa Fulani in the north, the Yoruba in the west, and the Igbo in the east, held deep political and economic rivalries, causing so much disunity among citizens. Then came the coup. In January 1966, young Igbo officers staged a military coup, assassinating key political leaders from the north and west. Though they claimed it was to end corruption, it was seen by many northerners as an Igbo power grab. 6 months later, the north struck back. A counter-coup in July 1966 brought General Yakubu Gowon to power and unleashed a wave of ethnic violence. Tens of thousands of Igbo civilians were massacred in the north, triggering a mass exodus to the eastern region. The east cried for safety. The east cried for independence. The Igbos predominantly own and occupy the eastern part of Nigeria, called for an independent separation from Nigeria. The year is 1967. The air in Nigeria is thick with tension, a fragile nation only 7 years old, still wearing the scars of colonial rule. Ethnic mistrust simmers beneath the surface, and soon, it will erupt into one of the deadliest conflicts the African continent has ever witnessed. On May 30, 1967, the Eastern region, led by Colonel Odumegwu Ojukwu, declared itself the independent Republic of Biafra. But Nigeria's military government would not let the nation break apart. On July 6, 1967, the Nigerian army crossed into Biafra. The civil war had begun. At first, Biafra fought with courage and surprising victories, fighting fiercely, even launching daring offensives into Nigeria's Midwest region. But Nigeria, backed by Britain and the Soviet Union, tightened its grip. The war wasn't just fought on the battlefield, it was fought in villages, farms, and homes. Nigeria imposed a blockade, cutting off food and medicine to Biafra. Slowly, and then came the weapon more deadly than bullets: starvation. By 1968, the world saw the horror: children reduced to skin and bone. Images of skeletal children with swollen bellies shocked the world, mothers powerless to save them. Relief agencies tried to fly in aid, but Nigerian forces often blocked their efforts. The term, kwashiorkor, a disease from severe protein deficiency, became tragically familiar. Biafra's blockade became a slow death sentence. Relief flights braved the night skies, but they could not feed a nation under siege. By late 1969, Biafra was surrounded. Its towns fell one after another. On January 15, 1970, Ojukwu fled into exile, leaving his deputy to surrender. After 30 months of war, over 1 million people, most of them civilians, were dead. The Nigerian government declared a policy of no victor, no vanquished, promising reconciliation. But for millions, the memories of hunger, loss, and shattered dreams remain. The deep wounds of the war, ethnic mistrust, political marginalization, and memories of mass suffering still echo in Nigeria today. The Biafran War stands as one of Africa's darkest chapters, remains a haunting reminder of how fragile unity can be and how devastating civil conflict is when nations fail to bridge their divides. A reminder of how political division, foreign influence, and ethnic mistrust can tear a nation apart, and cost more than any people should ever pay. In the silence after the guns, the world learned that wars are not always won on the battlefield. Sometimes they are lost in the stomachs of starving children,